Oh, I bet you weren't expecting to see my face. Well, let's get a little personal. So, I've always really liked writing. I've always been very creative, and well, I quite like creative writing. And well, that creativity has spawned into different things, you know. Aside from just writing original stuff, I've also written stuff based off of shows that I like, such as Survivor and, well, according to the title right here, Total Drama. Now, I've actually written like full Survivor fan fictions before that I completely finished, whereas I've had like a few Total Drama fan fictions that I've wanted to do, and either I never got around to actually writing them or I just never got around to actually finishing them. So, we're going to take a look at these unfinished Total Drama fan fictions that I started writing or planning a long time ago. These are not very recent at all, but I did find these recently, maybe like sometime last year, and now I'm actually going to take like a real good look at them because I just kind of skimmed over them before, but now we're gonna get personal here. We're gonna do this together. We're gonna look at some of my early work and then see if I was cooking or not. Okay, so the first fan fiction that I like ever really wrote or planned out is on a site called Total Drama Island fanfiction.fandom.com wiki. It's on Total Drama Island fanfiction wiki. Should have just said that. But I used to read a lot of stuff on this wiki. A lot of people post their Total Drama fanfictions on here. And so because of reading a lot of stuff, I also thought, hey, why don't I put something on here and, you know, be cool like all these people? And then, well, didn't really get anywhere, did I? Let's view history real quick. I wrote this January 2015. So I was like 12 when I wrote this and when I put this on here. Jesus Christ. All right. Chris has decided to bring back 34 previous Total Drama contestants. What was I cooking? 34? First of all, why would I not do like 30 or 32? 34, that's a weird number. It's not an odd number, it's an even number, but it's still weird. There's also a lot of people. Oh, and here we go with my artistic skills right here. Let's see the full image. My artistic skills here, putting every single person from this cast. So who did I even put on this cast? First of all, this is horrendous. This is so bad. So I put Sierra B, Alejandro, Scarlett, okay, Owen, Duncan, Rodney, who's holding Katie, okay, DJ, Leonard, Joe, Brick, Sam, Eva, Cody, sitting on a tiny rock, Tyler's falling over, Stacy is super tiny, Ezekiel's just sitting, Noah, Heather, Mike, this is Mike, Scott, Sean, Lashana, Sammy, or Amy, I'll probably read it, Beth, Gwen, Anna Maria in terrible quality, Justin, Dave, Dakota, Topher, and Zoe just sitting here. This is terrible, but probably as a kid I thought this was like a genius or something. Okay, so here's the whole cast that I listed out. Actually, can I get confirmation on if that was Amy or Sammy? It was, okay, I put Sammy. Whatever. Alright, teams. Now, I'm not going to show literally everything because that would just take way too long, but I'm just going to skim through and then just show you stuff that is either cool or terrible or insightful in some way. I don't know. We'll figure this out. I'll figure this out as I go along. But here we have the teams. The Deadly Dart Frogs. It's a pretty good name. B, Dave, Heather, Leonard, Lashana, Noah, Owen, Scarlett. Harmful Hyenas. It's a good name. Alejandro, Anna Maria, Brick, Joe, Ronnie, Sam, Topher, Zoe. Poisonous Pythons. Now I have an issue with this because growing up as a kid, I was a huge animal fan. I loved animals. I loved like researching animals and stuff, and pythons are not poisonous, and actually snakes are not poisonous, they're venomous, so I'm clearly promoting false information here, but Beth, DJ, Duncan, Eva, Ezekiel, Mike, Scott, Sierra. Okay, and then Baneful Buffaloes. First of all, no way 12-year-old me even knew what that was. Baneful. Harmful or destructive? Well, it is called Destruction Island. Talk about a very creative title for a season. Cody, Dakota, Justin, Katie, Sammy, I'm calling her Sammy. I'm sorry. Sean, Stacy, Tyler. So then we have the teams. Actually, wait a second. So I had 32 people, but for some reason I wrote 34 on here. I guess I must have been counting Chris and Chef, who make up 34, but I'm already misleading. Like, I'm already misleading in the... It hasn't even started. Anyways, let's dive in. And I don't know, I guess we'll see if I was cooking or not. But even here, I brought back 34 contestants, but there's 8 people on each team. And there's 4. 8 times 4 is 32. I'm not good at math, and I hate math, but I know I'm not completely stupid. We are now on Destruction Island, filled with destruction, demolition, and dangerous stuff. Oh, cool. Brought back 34 of you. Dude, what the hell? Okay, so the first challenge here is like a free-for-all dodgeball challenge. I don't understand how this logistically would work, because everyone's just in the open individually. This isn't based on teams or anything. I don't know. I already went crazy, and this is like just the beginning. No way, bro. I wonder why Zoe's face turned a bit red from Topher. Was I really about to do Zoe and Topher? Okay. Okay. I don't know what got into me. I'm dating Mike right now, but when I looked at Topher, I sort of liked him. I don't know why, but I have to put these feelings aside for now. Moving on. Has anyone noticed we were all considered geeks or nerds? And it's just Beth, Scarlett, Sam, and Leonard. I have no words. I really have no words. Like, some of this dialogue is just terrible. Okay, Alan Jerko. I was not cooking. I'm gonna be honest. I was not cooking. I don't know, I was 12, but like, Jesus, this is crazy. And apparently I was having Heather and Alejandro act like they didn't like each other, which is so weird because, like, here, like, okay, so maybe I have feelings for Alejandro, but he obviously doesn't like me back, but like, he obviously does. I feel like that was quite evident in like the actual show, but I don't know. It's a double elimination, okay? Well, I mean, I did include 32, or I guess 34 according to me, people in this, which is a lot, so yeah. And I'm not even sure like what my plan was, like 32, 34 people, whatever, could have had 33. Like, was I gonna have like 30 episodes? Was I gonna have like the regular 26? Because if so, then yeah, I probably would need to do more double eliminations. So hold on, I'm like still stuck on this part. So one of the people that I said would win immunity would be Duncan. And then in a confessional, Noah says, I'm going to vote for Duncan. What? Oh, see, I even had Heather call her Sammy, so I'm not completely dumb. Since this is Destruction Island, I'll be throwing you guys some pieces of coal. What? Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. Yeah, this is crazy. So I had Cody be safe, and then I had Lightning and Gwen be the first people out? No way. Yeah, if I was looking at this cast now, like, why would I ever want to do that? If anything, I'd want to do more with Lightning, and I would want to help, like, rehabilitate Gwen's character. And so I was just looking here, but I wrote this after Total Drama All-Stars already happened. So I already knew that Lightning was already an early exit in this season, and that Gwen, like, she was just bad. And I've already decided, yeah, I'm not going to be able to fix them. They're gone. What? Oh, and apparently it's a volcano of shame. It's a fake one, but they're getting shot out of a volcano. Destruction Island. Alright, now we're on episode 2. An unexpected crush. Alright. Let's really see if I was cooking now. So apparently I'm having all the girls argue and stuff like that. Apparently no one likes Heather, and then apparently Anne Maria still really hates Zoe, and people have an issue with that. Mainly Lashana, but I don't know, bro. A lot of drama. I wish I could like tap into like 12-year-old me and understand what I was going for, if I even had like any long-term plans with any of this stuff, because that would be super interesting to know. Total Drama Game update number 1. Was I really gonna have Cody be that much of a geek? What the hell? Alright, that was like the one piece of dialogue from this whole thing with Duncan telling like Alejandro, Noah, Dave, and Mike, and maybe someone else, oh, and Cody, of course, about Zoe and Topher's secret alliance, and I don't know, bro, I don't know. Oh, and here, this is actually kind of cool. Dakota wants to help Sammy, you know, overcome her shyness and get a boyfriend and stuff. Alright, you know what? I'll give myself that. I actually don't think I don't think that's a horrible idea. Okay, yeah, so I'm reading ahead. Mount Actung. And then here, German for danger. A last-minute language thing we had to do thanks to Chef. What? First of all, I don't know. I like... What was I thinking? Being like, okay, we're just gonna name this mountain something German. Is Destruction Island in Germany? Or are there like parts of Canada that have like major German populations? Dude, I was on something. Also, so wait a minute. I just now realized that up there, at the very beginning, before you even read the episodes, I already put what the teams were gonna be. And then for the whole first episode, oh my god. I just had a crazy revelation right now in real time. It was 34 contestants to start. The 2 people extra, Gwen and Lightning, left. So now there's 8 teams of 4. So there's 32 people now. Oh my god, bro. Talk about misleading though. That's still misleading as hell. I put the 4 teams of 8 at the very beginning before you even read it. So you basically already know that Gwen and Lightning, once you see their names pop up in the story, that they're gonna be gone. Oh my god. Oh, and then here I go with the drama. Mike and Zoe on different teams, and then Zoe and Topher on the same team. I was really all in on this Zoe and Topher thing for some reason. What? No way. I was not only gonna have Topher and Zoe, that was weird enough. I was gonna have Sean and Katie. That's even more random. What was I doing? Like, why did I think like all of these like completely random ships were gonna be like totally fine? What? Oh my god. 3 teams who have at least 5 contestants from their team to finish the challenge win immunity. What? At least 5? Why not just every single person? I'll be honest, it's probably just because with Total Drama and Survivor stuff, I hate writing challenges. I've always hated it, so maybe I just was like, okay, like let me just think of something reasonable where I don't have to write literally everything. But then I could have just done 4, so it's half. I don't know. God, I also had Duncan just be such like a show off. But I also had him be like some like major strategist for some reason. And then also, this is like a continuation from the last episode, but like seems like I was really building up like this Scarlett and Leonard feud or something like that. I don't know why them 2 specifically, but I don't know. I think that's actually a pretty interesting idea, to be honest. But like, what? Oh no, bro. No. I had Anne Maria also think that Topher was hot. So Anna Maria and Zoe already fought over Mike or Vito, whatever, in Total Drama Revenge on the Island. And then I'm gonna have them now fight over Topher, from all people. I want to know why 12-year-old me, like, I had to have loved Topher or something. Like, what? I don't know. But at least Joe hates him. Wannabe host? Yeah, exactly. At least Joe hates him, so not everyone loves Topher. The Deadly Dart Frogs lose. I honestly already forgot who's even on that team, but let's see what's going on. Well, right here, I was gonna have Scarlett target Leonard, and they all agreed to vote Leonard out, so yeah, I was all in on this early Scarlett Leonard thing. What? So you ruined for me, huh? Listen, Leonard, we decided to change. Don't care. Fine, guys, just vote him out. I don't care anymore if he knows. It was so random. What? I'm the one who will win. Noah will not, as he's just like a shark fin. What is that supposed to mean? Like a shark fin? What? That literally makes no sense. Like, I literally have no idea what I was going for there. If I was trying to make Leonard sound magical, mysterious, I don't know, bro. I don't know. That makes 0 sense. But anyways, Leonard's gone, so oh well. I am a wizard! So, I feel like Chris Jericho kind of stole my thing now, because he basically just screams, I am a wizard, every time he feels like being a wizard on AEW, so all I'm going to say is copyright infringement, possibly. Alright, now we're on episode 3, which literally doesn't have a title. Cool. What? I had Heather literally cry about the fact that Alejandro was supposedly over her, and while she wants to be with him. My god. I have no words, like, that's just weird. Okay, so for some reason I had Joe actually come to Zoe's aid here, and actually kind of be there for her against Anne Maria. Like this, like, you just can't decide between Chris Wannabe or your MPD boyfriend. Golly, I was a bit ruthless, I'm not gonna lie. That's actually pretty fucked up. Oh my god, but keep in mind I was like 12, so I clearly just didn't understand that at all. The fact that this is even a thing, Zoe having to choose between Topher and Mike. Oh my god. Ella Hunk Hot Jerk Joe. I thought it was so clever. Although I guess for someone like Rodney that probably fits more as opposed to like Heather. I feel like that fits more for someone like Rodney to say. Well, okay, so here I had Mike actually seemingly find out about Zoe and Topher, kind of having mutual interest, and then Scott stirring up the drama saying, I heard them making out in the confession yesterday. So I mean, at least there's like some good stuff here, even as random as that actually is. What? Oh my god, bro. I need to be stopped. Sammy, whatever, likes Cody? And that's literally how it ends. That's literally all I wrote. That's literally the last thing I ever wrote here, is this big reveal. Okay, so that was Total Drama Destruction Island, the first ever Total Drama fanfiction I wrote when I was 12. You know what, I'll say this, I feel like there were some decent ideas in there somewhere, but a lot of stuff was just super random. Like Gwen and Lightning being the first people out over a lot of other people for some reason. There being 34 and then 32 people. And then all of like the relationships and stuff that I was planning on. Sean and Katie, literally just completely random. Like that's something that AI would generate. Sammy and Cody, I feel like that at least kind of makes sense, but that's still just super random. And then Zoe and Topher, which is actually becoming like a very big focal point in this for some reason. I don't know what I was cooking. I don't know what I was even thinking. I would love to know what I was thinking exactly as a 12-year-old writing this, but I guess we'll never know. And but yeah, no, Total Drama Destruction Island is 2.5 episodes long. That's all it's gonna be. I'm not gonna like rewrite this or anything like that, so it's gonna stay here on the wiki for preservation, basically. Alright, now this is the second fanfiction that I ever kind of planned out, and this one is fully on Google Docs, no wiki or anything like that, and this is all original characters that I came up with. I literally gave them their own like I don't know what you call them, their tagline, their like defined term or whatever. I don't know, but you know, like Duncan is the delinquent, Gwen is the goth, and you know, whatever else is there, you know. Now I first wrote this January 2017, so literally like exactly like 2 years after I wrote Destruction Island. So I was 14 when I wrote this, and I don't know, I guess I'll see if I had some good ideas. Now right off the bat, this is the whole cast, and I'm gonna be honest, right off the bat, a lot of this just is so bad. The cute nature lover, off the bat, terrible. The Alaskan, like I really couldn't be any more clever. Like, you're from Alaska, that's what you're gonna be. The intelligent vegan. The popular social girl. I feel like that's actually not bad, but I feel like there's just a way more concise way of saying that. The hard worker. Now see, I don't really like this in hindsight because I call him a hard worker, but he's also a C student. So there's clearly like one key area of his life that he's not working hard at if he's just a C student. The nerd. Self-explanatory at least. The artist, the musician, or like these are all like fine. Like these are all pretty self-explanatory. They're not like too out there. Like they're all pretty fine. The troublemaking skater. Now this is just weird. A baseball player in a skater gang gets in trouble a lot. Alright, first of all, baseball player and skater gang, that's already a bit too much. But the troublemaking skater, I probably just could have put the skater or something like that. That would have been pretty much fine. The punk, I mean, we've seen that a bunch of times, but yeah. The class clown, I feel like that's actually pretty fine. That's good. The mystery solver, yeah, that's kind of me just being like, I don't know, that's me getting in like my Pocket 2 Island bag. Like just doing something that's like kind of one note and kind of ripped off of like pop culture type of stuff, like, you know, Sherlock Holmes right here, but it's all right. Now, this idea, I'm going to be honest, this idea is actually really good, okay? All of these are kind of whatever, they're kind of okay, they're bad. This right here, the hero to zero, I'm going to be honest, I was cooking here, and I don't think you can disagree with that either. That is a really good name. Someone who acts like a superhero, but is just never impressive, and he's basically a bitch. He gets frightened a lot, so yeah. The shy survivor. Where's an eye patch due to an incident in the mountains where she lives, but she survived and is shy. Like, what? I don't know, dude. That's a bit too much. Cheerleader, yeah. I mean, just Amy samey, but like, I don't know. The rich kid, fair. The mind reader, so I was just going like a different type of Dawn, basically. The political scientist, probably just could have put like the politician, and I feel like that would have been fine. All right, this one is a bit bad, but I was also 14. The flamboyant guy, loves attention, style, and is gay. All right, now, to be fair, I feel like here I was a little bit more progressive than total drama by having someone who's actually out, but I feel like it's so stereotypical. It's pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of funny, but it's pretty bad. Call him the flamboyant guy, like it's a little in poor taste, I'm not gonna lie, but oh well. And then the drama king, fair enough. Now here was like a bunch of like relationships and friendships and conflicts and stuff that I was planning on doing. So at least here I seemingly had a much more like long-term thought process behind this fan fiction that I was going to do. I was gonna have these people be couples. These were all just gonna be like one-sided attractions, which have happened a lot on Total Drama. Here were all the friendships I was gonna have. Here were all the conflicts I was gonna have. Jesus, this guy was going to be a demon. So yeah, at least here I actually did have some long-term thought into it, which is actually pretty cool and definitely shows that there was a lot of growth in me as a writer from when I wrote Destruction Island to when I was planning out this. And then here are the teams, and oh well, there's a spoiler. Greg out first. I think he was, what was he? The Alaskan, yeah. They don't like Alaskans, I guess. The Carnivorous Cougars. Good name, I'd say. Victor, Brenda, Matthew, Marcy, Spencer, Emma, Jonathan, Joel, Haley, Mackenzie, and the Ferocious Foxes. Greg, Brittany, Brooke, Samson, Danielle, Nicole, Isaac, Grace, Jefferson, Hayden. Also a good team name, and also something I'm really picking up on is that I love alliterative names, which I actually do. I do really like alliteration. It just sounds nice off the tongue, does it not? But anyways, this was my page for the plans. This was the actual episode, the first episode. The only episode that I ever wrote of this, actually. 13 pages long. Once again, like I did with Destruction Island, let's just get to reading and see what happens. Now, first of all, right off the bat, Camp Wawanakwa is back, but I also call this Wawanakwa Island, which I feel like isn't like that bad, but like either call it Camp Wawanakwa or call it Wawanakwa Island. Like calling it both is just kind of weird. Okay, and I think I literally just stole like the transcript of the original Total Drama Island season and just put it in here. I guess I'm trying to think of what I was thinking of when writing this, and I think when I wrote this, I was planning on this being like the first ever season, but I can't be too sure. This might have been an alternate universe where this was just the first season ever, but yeah, I can't be too sure. What's with the stupid overalls? I just wear them all the time. They're cool, right? What? I'd be posting this on Twitter, getting tons of likes and stuff. God, I thought I was so clever. Like, okay, let's think of a different name for social media app. I'll just change literally like 2 letters. Call it Twitter instead of Twitter. Come on. Oh, and she called Chris McLean ugly. Alright, I was going crazy with Joel, who is the gay cast member here. Shut up, wannabe gang member. You look like a vampire and an ugly one, not like Robert Pattinson. Alright, so seemingly Isaac was just pale as hell. And well, Joel took it upon himself to just talk about who we found attractive. And you know what? Fair enough. I think that's funny. But Jesus Christ, I don't know. Definitely, I don't know. I really have no other words for that. Alright, Jonathan, John Man. This is very cartoony, but I still feel like I cooked here. Like, I definitely still feel like this would be like a great Total Drama character, like for real though, like an actual show. Like someone who thinks they're a superhero, thinks they're super cool, but really just isn't. I feel like there's definitely a place for that, a place for some extra depth there. So I'm gonna be honest, I think I did pretty well here. Terry McGurran or anyone else that works on Total Drama, if you're watching this, I'm okay with using this idea, but like I do want the credit too. Yeah, my guy was already getting cooked. The guy from Alaska. Isn't the show strictly for Canadians? Yeah, no wonder I made him the first boot. Jesus. Yeah, I literally like just stole stuff from the first ever episode of Total Drama Island. Like this, like I vividly remember all of this stuff right here from like the actual episode, like the first episode ever. Like right here especially. So I guess I probably was planning on this just being like the first ever episode of any Total Drama season ever. You're a poopy head. Alright. And then yeah, literally the ending is exactly how the first ever episode of Total Drama ends. Them wondering about how hard the first challenge is going to be, and then the And then that's the end of the episode. And well, that's literally the only thing I ever wrote of this. So apparently I already knew who was going to be first voted out, and yet I just decided I wasn't even going to write the second episode of anything. So yeah, I will say, reading through the dialogue, there was definitely less stuff that I found like bad, but also there wasn't much stuff that I also found funny. But I guess also because this is the first episode and I basically modeled it after the first episode of Total Drama Island, so I clearly wasn't just being like too creative or anything with this, so it's a little hard to judge. But I do think when comparing the two, I definitely do feel like there's definitely a growth in mindset with my writing. Like I actually had some long-term thoughts behind this, and I feel like with writing original characters, and I'll be honest, like with the Survivor fanfictions that I've written, stuff like that, I definitely enjoy writing for original characters more. I think just because I have a lot more creative freedom in that, and so it's just a lot more fun to do, a lot more fun to plan. So I do feel like this was fun to write, this was fun to plan out, but I just never got around to finishing it. And well, it's just gonna stay here in my Google Docs forever, for me to kind of reminisce on every once in a while. And so yeah, all right, now here is the final unfinished Total Drama fanfiction that I have planned out. Now this is the one that I literally wrote no episodes of whatsoever. This is just one that it's just one that I planned out basically. It's called Isola Island. Now if you're curious, Isola literally just means island in Italian. So this is called Total Drama Island. I don't know, I had like the mountain in German, now I have the island in Italian. Like, I don't really know what I've been doing with all this, but all right. And I literally began writing this a month after I started planning out Wawanakwa Island. So this was actually when I turned 15. So a month later, it was very interesting. Very short time that I switched from Wawanakwa Island to a season with actual Total Drama participants. So I don't know what I was thinking, like just having like two completely different Total Drama fan fictions that I was gonna try to write side by side. I don't know. All right, but anyways, here is the cast. Once again, I went with a pretty big cast. This seems like a cast of 24, 4 teams of 6. So I feel like 24, that's definitely more reasonable than 34. Yeah, that's crazy. But we have the Venomous Vipers, Bridget, Jeff, Lightning, Sadie, Jasmine, Justin, Sneaky Spiders, Dakota, Topher, Gwen, Katie, DJ, Scott. And then here, some groundbreaking information, Conniving Badgers. I've moved away from the alliterative team name, which I'm not sure why I did that. Like, there's definitely some other B names for Badgers, but I don't know. I don't know why I just suddenly moved away from doing that. But Brick, Joe, Corny, Sean, Alejandro, Stacy, and then the Mischievous Raccoons. Once again, no alliterative name. Dave, Sky, Cameron, Eva, Anna Maria, and Tyler. So here there's a lot of very similar names to who I included on Destruction Island. I really don't have the cast of that off the top of my head, but if anything, I think I've probably kept like same people, and there's probably like just a few people that aren't in this one as well, which is really interesting. I must have really liked that group of people. But so we scroll down, and here once again we have a lot of stuff that I planned out. This is literally it though. So we have plot lines that I actually planned out, relationships, friendships, and conflicts. So here I had even more long-term thought than a month previous to this when I was planning out Wawanakwa Island, which is super interesting to me. So here is one of them. I'm gonna go through all of these. Jeff and Lightning hang out and Bridget is pissed. Jeff and Bridget eventually break up. So I don't know when this is going to be released, but I'm making a video about my own cast for Total Drama All-Stars, and in there I talk about Tyler and Lindsay and how the people who make Total Drama are just obsessed with breaking up their original couples. And I mean, I complained about that, and yet right here I was gonna have Jeff and Bridget break up. So I clearly was no better than the people who make the actual show when it comes to breaking up the original couples. But also I literally remember planning this out in my head. Like, I literally do remember this being like a big thing that I thought of. Jeff and Lightning being like super best friends, stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know. I don't really know why I wanted to do this so bad, but it was just something that I thought was super cool. So it was one of the big things that I thought of. And then Brick and Joe end up together after lots of fighting and odd attraction to each other. Just like an opposites attract kind of thing, except they're not really opposites, but like, I don't know, they're like... No, they're really not opposites at all, actually, now that I think about it. But it's just kind of weird. It's like the two people who hate each other end up hating each other so much that they actually like each other. I don't know. I feel like now if you asked me if I support Brick and Joe, I'd probably say no. But I guess at the time I thought it'd be a cool thing. And then Justin rejects Katie for Sadie. Yeah, I was going to make Justin a demon. I'm not going to lie. I was going to make him a menace. Rejecting Katie is crazy, but I do remember wanting to have Justin and Sadie be like a villain couple. Just a very interesting idea, but it would have been a good way of giving like Katie and Sadie some sort of substance in a way. And Sadie also has some history on my own YouTube channel, so clearly I've always had like an interest in Sadie's character in some sort of way, and so yeah, I think that would have actually been pretty cool. Then Courtney and Gwen make up. Yeah, if you've seen Total Drama All-Stars, you know that that was completely messed up. They should have just made up and then just leave it at that, but they completely messed that up, and so would have been on me to rehabilitate all of that. And then Courtney becomes nicer, but as the main antagonist of the season, Brick is the main protagonist. I feel that's pretty fair. Like, I definitely feel like there's a way for Courtney to be a nicer person to people and actually become friends with them, but also like still be Courtney, you know what I mean? That might be a little hard to balance, but I feel like there definitely is a possibility for that. And then Brick is the main protagonist. I feel like that's pretty fair because he's Brick. Dave and Sky make up, but Sky's not interested. Yeah, I mean, Sky and Dave, like, no thanks. Like, that is not a relationship that's cool. But I do feel like it's good character progression for the both of them to at least just make up and for there to be some sort of closure there. But then Sky and DJ become a couple instead, and then Dave gets DJ out for doing it. So clearly I was not all in on the closure aspect, really. I feel like Sky and DJ being together, I feel like that's just because they're two nice people. Like, that's really it. Like, not much more depth to it. And I've complained about Total Drama, you know, putting like Duncan and Gwen together just because of similar interests and how there's no depth to their relationship. And you know, I'm doing the same thing here. Sky and DJ, they're just nice people. You know, there's no depth there, so I don't know. I've definitely learned a lot. I've definitely changed a lot of opinions over time, and I mean, I feel like that's good, you know. But Dave getting DJ out for getting with Sky is crazy. But on one hand, I really don't like Dave, but on the other hand, I clearly wanted Dave to be kind of focal to this, so I don't know. And then Justin's second antagonist, I mean, I think that's self-explanatory because he literally rejects Katie for Sadie, and then he and Sadie become like a villain couple, so yeah, that checks out. Then here in relationships, Jeff and Bridget break up, get back together, and or do they? I don't know what I was thinking here. I feel like obviously yes, they would get back together because like Jeff just showing more attention to a friend, like I feel like that's kind of a dumb way to just permanently break up. Like they definitely would have got back together. Brick and Courtney, where Brick would have a crush on her for a few episodes. I'm not really sure what that's about. Obviously here I already talked about this. Katie also wanting Justin, but Justin preferring Sadie, Sky, DJ, Courtney, Duncan. So I actually, okay, so here we go. Duncan was someone in Destruction Island that I wasn't gonna have in this, but I was gonna have Duncan appear in the finale to reignite Courtney and Duncan. Sure. Gwen, Bridget. What? I don't know what. I'm like trying to understand this, but like I really don't, because I was gonna have Jeff and Bridget eventually get back together anyways. So I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know what I was thinking. I would love to know what I was thinking with that, but yeah, I don't know. And then Sean, Jasmine, yeah. And then here's a bunch of friendships and conflicts. Now this is actually really interesting. Topher and Dakota, siblings. I feel like once again that's just another thing where it's like two people who have similar personalities, put them together, but instead of a relationship, they're just going to be siblings now. I don't know. I feel like that could actually work. I feel like that would make sense, but like I don't know. It's kind of weird. So yeah, Total Drama Isola Island, I literally did not write anything of this, but I think once again, there is some more growth here, even in just a month from when I wrote Wawanakwa Island. Like there was a lot more long-term thought process into this. I definitely had a lot more ideas off the bat of what I actually wanted to achieve and accomplish, but of course I just never got around to writing it. Once again, it's not going to be something that I ever really return to writing unless I like am weirdly out of nowhere just super passionate about it, but I don't know, maybe because of how critical I can be of this show, maybe I need to write my own, so who knows. But yeah, this was a super cool video. I really liked revisiting all these old fan fictions that I had planned out. You know, I think it's super interesting to look back, you know, as you know, even right now as I continue writing not Total Drama Survivor stuff, but just, you know, just like creative writing stuff in general. As I look at the stuff that I write and then I look at all the earlier stuff, you know, that basically all prepared me for what I'm trying to do right now, and I think that's super cool. Obviously I had a lot of terrible ideas, I had a lot of weird random ideas, but I feel like there were quite a few actual good ideas in there. So yeah, I feel like this is super fun to look at that. Comment down below what you thought of some of the ideas that I had in my early fan fictions, and whether or not you'd actually be interested in seeing those. Comment down below what other type of videos you'd like to see from me. Like the video, subscribe for more videos, and yeah, thank you for watching.